June bug. June bug. What's going on, everybody? Chad, Doss Outdoors. If you're new here, welcome and howdy. If you're old here, welcome and howdy. This is my lovely wife and I's 40 acres in northeast Oklahoma. We've got longhorns, donkeys, pigs, a chicken, an Angus cross, we have a longhorn Angus cross and a Highland Angus cross. 3 dogs, 3 boys, and we have a main channel called Doss Farms, in case this is your first time ever seeing us. Everything's linked down below. Today I got something semi-special for you. If you're watching our main channel, yesterday I went out to my buddy Brock's place over at Rock Hill Farms, about 20-30 minutes from me, and we set up something that is going to change the scope of the land. And I'm pretty stinking excited about it because the folks at Lane Shark sent this to us, sponsored our video, and said, man, do your best. Like literally, I was looking up equipment about 2 or 3 months ago on land clearing. And I was like, man, I've got this beautiful 50 horse or 47 horse, whatever it is, 47 horse tractor, big, beefy, 4,000 pounds. It fits in the woods. Remember, I can get a bigger tractor, but I need one that fits in there right now until we clear it. The Lane Shark popped up. My buddy Andrew Flair's got one. And I was like, man, I just think I need to try this. So I actually reached out to him. I sent him a video. Adler and I went back there. And I sent him a video driving through the lanes, showing him our land, the hills, the ups, the downs. You know, in case you guys didn't know, when you use a traditional brush cutter, where's mine at? When you're using a traditional bush hog, brush cutter, rotary motor, whatever you want to call it, I'm not going to say you're limited, but you are limited when you're dragging that behind a tractor to the articulation of up and down. Honestly, this right here, if I was going to do it, I would make it flat and I would just back in. That would be the easiest and safest way to do this area right here. The guys at Lane Shark, the guys and gals, check this out. This isn't a new product, okay? They're established, they've been out, they know what they're doing. Okay, this is the LS4. It's one of the beefier ones that they have. I've actually got, I'm very, very blessed. I've got a special edition one, number 2 of 100. And it's got to do with the color. It's not like if your LS4 isn't this one, it's less than. This is just a special edition for Shark Week, if you will. At the time of this recording. Anyway, Brock and I yesterday, here, let me raise that up. We got this all mounted up. I did not have a third function remote with continuous flow because that is important. Otherwise, you have to actually hold the button down to get it to run. Now, we have not cleaned up my wires yet, but there's nothing like super pressing, like we're not gonna shock ourselves or anything like that. This actually just runs to the safety seat and says, hey, you can run. I disabled the safety seat a long time ago, so I just spliced into that. And that's not anything with Lane Shark or Coyote, that's just me not wanting to have to put the truck in park, set the brake, crank down the RPMs just to get off of it every single time. Anyway, let's raise the bucket so we can see it. Still need to tighten this down, actually. I'm gonna shut it off so you can hear me. Yeah, look at that thing. My goodness. So this is essentially a brush hog on the front, but the difference is this articulates. It actually swings down and you can mow at a 90-degree angle or any angle your heart desires using that pin right there. So we're gonna go back in the woods and try some of this, and I'll show you how easy it is to set up and get going and start cutting. Very blessed and grateful to have that. I'm so excited I actually have a tripod, which if you guys have been watching me for 4.5 years, I've used a tripod in like maybe 4 videos. Maybe once a year I get out the tripod. So that's how excited I am for that thing, because I want you to actually see what it can do. Don't sleep on the wiener, man. It's a savage. So I did some of this yesterday with the deck just in the position that it's in, kind of like a mowing position. But here's what this is really for. Lanes, man. Lane shark. Let's go shark some stuff. So we've got 40 acres. And like I said, we're probably like, I don't know if I said it or not, but we're probably 80% wooded at this point. And our goal, one of the goals, is to come off of this fence right there. My longhorns are in this pasture right here. It's about 14 acres. And what I'd like to do is come off of that. Well, it's actually hidden behind those gates. I'd like to come off of that post and go all the way to the other end. Should be about 800 feet. But I've got to make a path. And this property, before we bought it, was used for hunting. So there's all these lanes, and there's a meadow down here. We just moved here in February. And as you guys know, in southwest Missouri, northeast Oklahoma, northwest Arkansas, southeast Kansas, at least in my neck of the woods, because I'm 30 minutes from 4 different states. In my neck of the woods, when the weeds start growing, you're lost. You wait till winter. You can't keep up unless you've got a shark, a lane shark. So check this out, I did this yesterday. So I know you guys love before and afters, but yesterday, this is what it looked like. And I cut a hole, man. I did. Now this was already a lane that they used to get to some deer stands. There's one back here to the right. But I want it even wider. When we bought this property, we came back here. There's one. We called this the meadow. And I'm not so sure, you know, one of these days I might like a pond back here. Oh, and these are mosquito repellent. If you know, you know, mosquitoes be crazy. But apparently if you're over about 6'3", 250, you need 2 of these bad boys. One on the wrist, one on the opposite ankle. The mosquitoes know you ain't covered down there because you're too tall. Yeah, I want to open all this up. I want to reclaim it. I've actually got a pasture right through the forest there. And that's only about 50 feet, but that's how grown up it is. And yes, I'm wearing all black, not just because it's slimming. Bugs are apparently less drawn to black. That's why I've always worn black. We're gonna start with some simple stuff. Using the deck in the, I'm gonna call it the mowing position, but it's just a regular brush cutter position. But like, this is already nice. I actually didn't get off the mower yesterday when I was down here cutting. I don't know that I've stood right here since like March because it's been 4 feet high. I mean, look, hang on. This is eye level. You're right in front of my eyeballs. Drop down to about knee height and it just gets, I mean, it's just, nope. That's nasty stuff, man. The kids can't come down here. We can't bring the side by side and hang out. We were gonna have a picnic table. Chad, why didn't you mow it? Why didn't anybody mow, man? Stumps? I don't know what's down here. I need something that can handle what's in this grass. Yes, we saw it before the grass grew, but now I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna maintain it for years to come. Obviously, I'm using this thing as like a lawnmower in a sense, but it's I'm about to blow your minds if you've never seen one of these things. Okay, we're gonna tip it and we're gonna clear this lane right here, which we can't even go through. This used to be wide open, and it's not bad. You can see our old tire tracks, but I mean, that's rough. You can't come down here on a four-wheeler. The boys can't come back here. When you start losing your lanes and stuff like that, you run the risk of like predators, and my biggest fear, which is why I'm in the market for a cabbed tractor. This tractor does great, but I'd love to get a cabbed one, is yellow jackets and hornets, and just overall bugs, okay? I literally soaked myself so much with cedar oil before I came out here. I got a little bit on my hand trying to spray it. And then I took a bug to the teeth, a June bug or something, and I touched my face, my hand to my face, my lip. You ever hit your lips with cedar oil? Whew. No wonder bugs don't like it. I think I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit and sit you guys up there at the top of the hill, and I'm gonna come get you. Mind your hoses. I haven't secured mine. Like I said, we just installed it yesterday. I did tighten this down. I just haven't locked it down completely because I'm not sure where I want it, but I'm pretty sure it's right there. This is a cable for a future, some kind of special release that I hope that I'm a part of. Check that out. Now you've basically got the full range of motion to cut at a 90-degree angle on these lanes. I mean, this is nuts. Gonna have chiggers in so many stinking places. Yeah, but totally worth it for you guys. Plus, I'll make my wife check me for ticks. You guys hear that? Me neither. Man, sharks are a beast. So to call this thing a beast of a shark might still be an understatement. This is ridiculous. Now I know, there's always one or two guys or girls that's gonna get all hopped up and tell me their mower can do this, or that this is a glorified bush hog or something like that. Listen, lift your push mower or drive your riding mower halfway up that tree, because the reach on my bucket is 8 foot at the bottom of the bucket when it's level. Add the width of the lane shark, which is 4 feet, so I'm cutting 11, 12 feet up in the air. So if you can hold your riding mower up in the air and trim branches, be my guest. Hope you've got insurance. And as far as calling it a glorified brush hog or saying that a bush hog could do this, again, you can't do that with a bush hog. I mean, look how high up I went. All the way up there. What is that? 10 feet in the air, at least. Now I can drive my tractor back here, my side-by-side. This path is wider than it's ever been, I assure you. So, because you got to remember, all I can see it, but this was a hunting property. So these lanes and these alleys were really narrow. They were shooting lanes, okay? There's a tree stump where they used to put their feed. And here's like an antler catch or a shed catch, whatever you want to call it. You put your corn in there. In the nooks, deer come up and eat, knock their sheds loose. Personally, I think that's cheating. I don't know that you can call that hunting, but whatever. But to each their own. Look at this, man. I mean, it's just, my goodness. I've completely reclaimed this meadow, which is my wife's favorite part of the property, next to the creek we've got down there. And my next mission, there's actually, here, let me see if I can show you. The lane shark's gonna help with this. There's actually a dry creek bed, or I should say a wet weather creek bed, running right through there that runs all the way to the back of the property where the creek is. Yeah, pretty slick, man. Pretty slick, pretty slick. Yeah, that dry creek runs all the way up there to our cows, cuts across one of our longest pastures. And it's just, my goodness, man, it's amazing. Beautiful piece of property. And we're uncovering more beauty every day, thanks to the help of the folks over at Lane Shark. There actually used to be a trail that went through there. I don't know if I'll cut that one back or if we will just murder this mess right here. I'm not sure. We want to be able to see, but we also like being able to get lost back here. Not literally, but the allure to this property was the timber. It really was. I mean, part of me wants to have a hayfield back here, and part of me wants to leave the timber. A lot of these trees are not like sought after trees. A lot of them are junk. A lot of them are dangerous. We actually don't come back here, and I don't let the boys or my wife come back here. When there's any kind of wind of 10, 15 miles an hour, because after every wind or rainstorm, speaking of one of my boys, after every wind or rainstorm, there's tree limbs down, like huge ones that would crush that easily. No, roll it up. Is the air on? Roll it up. Thanks for the tour. Don't get too hot. Whew. So if you want to see a tour of back in the back where I cut a little bit, my oldest boy's got a channel down below. But man, I am very, very pleased with this machine. Listen, there's a ton of machines and implements and things out there for different items, and I don't have the funds. I don't know about you guys. It ain't in my budget, and I don't know what I'd do with it after a certain point to go get a skid steer with a big mower deck on it. I just don't, I don't see it. I mean, could I rent one? Could I run it? Yeah, I've thought about that, but that has a different application. That's not for keeping lanes clear and areas still accessible. That's more for finding areas, period, okay? I know I've got good grass in here. I know I can turn the cows out. Yeah, there's probably 150 trees per acre, but still plenty of grass. So I'm not trying to change the shape of it with a dozer or bring some kind of disc mulcher in here and chew everything up. I wanted something that's a little more precision, because that machine surely is, and trust me, it'll wreck stuff if you want it to. It's definitely more of a precision machine, in my opinion, and that's what I needed for my application. If there was a machine or an implement that was a one size fits all, works great, does everything you need it to, the Department of Transportation's, our local counties, our extension offices, that's all they would have, okay? Different machines require different applications, and this one fits my needs for this property. So if you've got a property where you're not trying to doze it and turn it into a pasture, this is your machine. This is a delicate fine-tuning machine. This is a maintenance machine. But whoo, golly, it's just amazing. All right, that's it for this episode. I'm gonna go in, edit this, upload it, put it out for you guys. Thanks Lane Shark down below for sponsoring this video. Without them, my family and I couldn't do the things we do and the things we love, and you guys wouldn't have anything to watch. So I appreciate y'all. Thanks Lane Shark. Y'all be good. Peace.